Hey, my YouTube loves. I am going live a little early for you because I think you will appreciate it when it's archived. But before this is not done yet. It's still chaos. It's still chaotic, but I'm preparing for this Yoni Steam. I'm preparing for it, and I'm already live, so I'm doing what I can. But I want to show you how I prepare, how I get my body physically ready. And for you, I'll play a little something. So we're listening to some 432. I just grow with breath my body with positive affirmations like I love you. You're safe to be who you are. You're safe to be on earth. Remember, you're here for a reason. And you're an amazing gift to this earth. You are the gift that ancestors gave to the world. You are the answer to their prayers. Your love. You're so unique and special. There's only one truth. But now's the time for you to embrace the gifts. You're set up for success. You are exactly where you need to be. And although you've had experienced rough times, that it was what helped call natural beauty into this work of art called life. And so when you start to think about the leg, you want to start to think about what it does. It's sturdy, it stands. So it's more like their presence is important. You're strong and smart and gifted. You, the past does not define your steps into the future. Everywhere you go is blessed to have you. I'm massaging my foot right now. I have a whole video on how to give yourself a foot massage. This isn't a full one. Somebody that you felt, somebody remind me. You know, about you're such a gift. Excuse me if I just say these things to myself, within myself. Take the time to acknowledge your peace, Acknowledge your beauty. And that is one. People are going to school. I'm blessed. Happy to put some homeschool. To be with my child. We're all supported and loving our children. Sometimes I find it's hard for me to pray for just me. Does anybody else pray for that? I'm going to pray for the whole world. Well, right now, I give to you and the rest of you is for the whole world. I don't know if you know that. But your work is for the rest of the world. I can't even check my audio. Should I check my audio right now? You guys live? That's not very professional. I hope this is going to die. You see life. My degree's not in there. I gotta get one without my other last name. Someone that I used to know. Somebody. I trust for this moment. He's here for us. He's here for me. To give to you, to honor myself, to show you one of the ways, the many ways I honor myself. And what that means to me. What that means from head to toe. It's also helping relax the muscles of my face and the jaw. Integrating chaos while you're going into peace mode is like putting water on ice. It attaches to it and freezes a little bit. But then it breaks the ice down. It integrates it in between its pieces. Make yourself as loose and relaxed as possible. As we all know, that your insides are becoming tense and intense as you hear all of that. That's how you handle the waves that seem more powerful than you before with them. Granted, that ocean analogy works in certain weathers. Sometimes you gotta freaking swim. And if you like swimming, just go. If you don't, it's part of life. You gotta learn for safety and enjoyability. Change is the only inevitable. And some changes can be difficult. So I'm going to do one quick, deep, full body stretch and then turn on the Instagram. So for those of you who made it and saw some of the routine, All right. That was a good 2 minutes. Felt like forever with that beeping in the background. Finally, I think that stopped beeping. Anyway, it's funny though, right? Like, what are the odds? What are the odds that that within me would have to find peace in chaos? What are the odds that any of us get to? Okay. So let's get set up. A little bit over here. 5 minutes to go, time. 5 minutes to go. Get my water. And my tea. And just be thankful that that shenanigery didn't wake up my kid. Because, funny, right? Hello, 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 hello. Today is a blessing. For those of you who are just meeting me, my name is April. If I'm not laughing hysterically by the end of this, I don't know what. Okay, I just dropped the mic on my YouTube. I'm still working on my audio. Can't get my other mics to work for whatever reason. I just haven't figured it out, I guess. But I have figured out the stand, which is plug and play. But it's plug and play for my it's plug and play for my YouTube. So if you want the YouTube link is actually in my bio. So there's a full ceremony in the bio. I'll take this down because I think it's a little distracting. And it's daytime. And I'm backlit, which makes it extra interesting. No filter. This is not a cute dress. This is Yoni Steam. I mean, if somebody wants to collab with me on making cute dresses, sweet, that'd be really cool. But for as of right now, this is going to be our Yoni Steam setup. I'm turning on my herbs, medium low. I'm going to talk for a little bit while we get everything started. I want to welcome you to this live Yoni Steam. Let me turn this on real quick. Okay. So this is going to be my Yoni Steam setup here. I've got a bucket. And within that bucket, there's a towel lining it. So the plastic doesn't interact with me as much, right? They're in everything, but that's almost everything. Anyway, this is my Yoni Steam bowl that had my herbs soaking. Place it down there at the bottom. Can you see that? Yeah. I'm going to sit this down. This Yoni Steam seat has a cutout, and that circle is the width of the lid of, you can't even see that on there, of the bucket. I'm going to get you, maybe? I don't know if I want you below me. Anyway, it fits on the lid of the bucket. Okay. Now that I've explained science cool, I'm going to sit a little bit higher. Is that too far? Oops. It's kind of far. You are in the perfect location. I think you can see my head at that point. You are right here. That looks good? Okay. So, okay. So as the herbs heat up, let's have a conversation. The conversation is about, forget about it. Yeah. Conversation is about epigenetics, about healing, meditation, importance of Yoni steaming. I can make a little note here. It's 20 minutes. Thank you. Okay. Why we Yoni steam? Yoni steaming. Why we Yoni steaming? Health, sovereignty, health autonomy, taking back the active through the moldable creation space that is the womb. And even if your womb has been removed, you still have the gift of the energetics of the womb. Creation isn't always a birthing act. Well, it is always a birthing act, but it can be a birth of a person. It can be a birth of a place. It can be a birth of a concept or an idea, or coming to fruition. And the wombs hold our epigenetics. The wombs hold our space as humanity. The womb itself. I mean, what is it that we think? Oh, it's just an organ. It's just flesh and muscle. And this is what I've seen. Okay. Let me just take a deep breath in here, because I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? Because I want to show my true power here, my understanding here, my wealth of knowledge of what is and what there is to be. We are at a culmination point in our collective evolution, where we can either learn and grow and thrive, or we can shut or continue to shut ourselves down and ignore a piece of our aspect. We are forgetting that we all come from the collective womb space. Hi, babes. The collective womb space, where we're growing into who we are as a species, but we have to learn everything about ourselves. Like when we start, what is it we wake up to? What is it we are cleaning up or relaxing into? If we remember our value and our importance, and we can then understand that everyone has value and importance. The safety and well-being of ourselves, because we are our offspring and the offspring of others in balance, in harmony, we can actually create balance and harmony. But if we're doing exploitation or any other ways, we won't be able to create harmony. We won't be able to create balance. So, if we really look at it, we're sick as a species. There's something not okay with us, because look at our societies, look at our ways of being, look at the levels of corruption, look at the lies that we tell each other. And we've integrated lies into our society. From Santa to, the Easter Bunny, to what is it? What else? What else are just straight up lies? Aging is bad or scary. Life has to be hard and treacherous. You should fear. You should fear. Fear only exists when your life is in danger. And why are our lives in danger when we have the ability to work with our earth? We keep attempting to exploit sections or regions or places, and that's throwing us off balance. So the reason we Yoni Steam is to center ourselves and to cleanse, to relax the nervous system, to allow for flow of not only the blood, but also the lymphatics, also similar to reflexology of the foot. The yoni contains every organ within the body. So we do this for ourselves, but also for others, because how we resonates to others, for we're bodies of water. We connect with energy in order to move and contain it. Let me go set him up real quick. I'll be right back. Come on, babes. Stepping away from alive, because I thought this baby would be asleep. But he's awake now, so let me set him up. You gotta keep it. Actually, where's the kind? All right. Okay. So I stepped away, so my extremely long live will look longer. Anyway, okay. My sun is set up in a safe place to share with you. When you experience trauma, the body holds this energy. This is it holds it, and it suppresses it and puts it in places, right, throughout the body. So when you look at the trauma response of animals in the wild, and right now we think we're in the wild, but we're not, because we're not allowed to roam freely. Well, who is still allowed to be and considers themselves free? If you consider yourself free, are you free in every aspect? Do you limit yourself even in your own mind? This time on earth has been created for us to free ourselves from the mind. What does the heart say? We are compelled when others are in trauma to help them, to save them, but we can also inadvertently and subconsciously suppress their expression of that trauma. So to express trauma means to release it from the system. So this, instead of suppressing it, let's say if someone has liver cancer or suppressing it, someone ends up with uterine issue. These suppressed traumas, and they can also be direct physical traumas, are there to show you something. So dis-ease shows you that the dis-ease has been set into a particular area for an extended period of time. Now, physical disabilities are different. Physical disabilities are more like, especially when they're birth or pre-birth, they're more like trauma passed down, something you carry. This was given upon the pinching and negligence of a medical system, right? That midwifery, had it been popular, had it been accepted, had it been promoted, would have really shifted the gears on this. So, being born with trauma, just as you're born with, just as you're born with your lungs and breath and all this, you're also born with the trauma of your ancestors, the epigenetic trauma that can set forth in several generations. So when several generations have been oppressed or suppressed or sabotaged by other groups, they start to sabotage themselves as an individual. They start to think they can't have good things or live in a good space, but that's not true. What that means is the nervous system hasn't created enough space and capacity to hold that, but it can hold the bruntness of the previous traumatic experience. The previous traumatic experience can be held, and epigenetically, so epigenetics, I have this laid out differently. In I meant to do this, but I'm doing this kind of pigeon back and forth because I'm being exposed to what I'm realizing is internal conflict, like sharing this information, feeling worthy to share this information with you, understanding where I am authentically, all the things I should have, could have, would have been doing. And I know that we are all in a state of And a lot of us, not all of us, a lot of us are in a state of overload. A lot of us are in a state of being bombarded with information, being bombarded with environmental toxins and toxins within our homes, being told that we need to fight, 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 fight. When in reality, it's all about flowing, it's all about relaxing and feeling into the system and feeling into the body. And that's part of what Yoni steaming does. It helps you feel into your body, it helps you feel into the moment, it helps you soften and become pliable so that you can start to flow instead of holding these tensions that form and into blocks in different aspects of our bodies and the different layers of our bodies. And so there are the physical layers, there are emotional layers, there are spiritual layers. And some of these things cannot be proven by science because that's what science is. It's purely physical. It detaches the spiritual from the physical, which is not true. Because if you did not exist, who are you? Where did you come from? Right? The consciousness that has even created science to try to define itself outside of itself, where did that even come from? Why is the separation necessary? Necessary? Because it then makes you systematically be willing to give up control, be willing to give up autonomy while you're also in a group. So, what I found in my studies is that there have also always been places in groups. One perspective, instead of the Europeanized, colonized perspective, colonial perspective, it's not that each role gave someone more power than another. It's about how each role was integral for the community to exist. Each of us have our specific place within the community. And those communities and these niched places often find themselves connected to what it is that is the whole. So they start to see their stroke of paint and their importance of coloring and shading and how we form this beautiful art, this beautiful tapestry of light, of life. I wish someone on Instagram would stop long enough to tell me if I know it's interesting. You can see people's attention span. And I can't post edit this, I'm pretty sure, on YouTube. But what I can do is timestamp it. So, calming the nervous system, setting into the body, setting up the collective self, understanding your value and worth so that you can release old patterns that no longer serve you and that never served you except for survival in a moment. And when you realize that survival in a moment and the overcapacity that hit when trauma was set in, there's ways to create greater capacity for things you haven't experienced. So let's say you've experienced a lot of trauma through racism, through stigmatism of what's happening with the ancestors, how they lost autonomy and control of their bodies, their spaces, how they were burnt to the ground when they showed wealth, how they were maybe in a village that was taken over by corruption and greed, and they lost who they were. They lost their for a moment. Well, that starts to build, that starts to grow. And how you heal that building, how you heal that built in pain infrastructure is you deconstruct it. And Yoni steaming is a great way to deconstruct it. I didn't go too much into genetics, but I feel like I've been talking for about 20, 30 minutes, depending on which channel you're on. And I also had to take a break. So I'm just going to get over myself and we're going to go ahead and Yoni Steam. I went and turned my steam off or my herbs off so they could sit for a minute. I also don't want to overboil it because you lose some vital compounds in your flowers, uh, broadly called oleochemicals. So plants and humans work together side by side. They grow near each other and we can utilize them. And Earth has created a myriad, a vast variety of beauty in the form of plants, flowers, trees, herbs. And in Hawaii, we've learned that. Are you even seeing my mic? Has it been muted this whole time? Oh, awful. How can you not hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Oh, it's turning up the volume. Hello. Oh, okay. So nature works synonymously with us. So 8:30 is not the time to do this, guys. I think 10:30 at night is probably better. Anyway, how is it not happening? All right, let's see. How about now? Does this work now? Does it work better now? Mic check, mic check. 40 minutes in doing a mic check. This is not okay. Frustration for sure. But you know what? I'm getting the message out there. I'm doing the thing. It's done. Let's get to Yoni steaming, guys. I can see the avoidance and I can see the masked clarity, right? I can see the hastiness in making this want to work, but I've got to figure out a system because this is a lot. A tiny bit chaotic, but that's what our world is, a tiny bit chaotic. And there's always something going on in the background. There's always new growth, a new life springing forth. And as long as it's well taken care of and it's being cultivated in the best ways, it's time to give ourselves time to heal, give ourselves time to appreciate where we are and what we're doing. Yes, all this stuff has been done in the past, but right now we need healing. We need focused healing. We need solution based healing. And the solution of yoni steaming is really settling the nervous system of the female, settling and growing into what it is we want to create, releasing the traumas from the past and stepping into the power of now, the power of calming the system so we can receive more abundance. We can receive great ideas to create this new earth that we're creating together because, quite frankly, we are doing a whole lot to destroy and sabotage ourselves because our ancestors were constantly being derailed and sabotaged, and we've built up these huge walls of emotional and stress and trauma in the body. And it's time to release. It's time to let go. Trust this moment. Because we spend so much time not trusting these moments that we let go of what we really need, which is ourselves, our power, our clarity, our focus, our now. So they say, be positive, send great vibes, always. But also give yourself space to grieve, give yourself space to mourn, because the old you, the old time, those we've lost have transitioned, and we want them in that physical body. There's a lot of people who've lost lives and who are losing lives all over the world in these extremely high energetic ways, where we used to have calm lives. Things used to go, and these few, instead of it being the few, has become so many. So let's take the time to acknowledge, because when you, and I'm so thankful I'm not in praying, please never experience this. God bless you, son. But losing your child, losing your parent, losing your auntie, your uncle, or someone you know dear. I have lost my best friends. And okay, thanks for the comic relief. Anyway, um, losing that can make you scared to love again, can make you scared to create again, can make you just full of memories and exhaustion and grief. And life does carry on, but you also want to create that space for more, for understanding, for letting your body release that trauma, that energy. He's getting into that game. Okay. I don't even know if you can hear it because I can't check this. Maybe I can check it. Let me drink some water here, get things flowing, and then we'll do our Yoni Steam. Trauma, sorrow, loss, energy must move through the system. Don't withhold it. And sometimes we need to do this multiple times over multiple ways. But we're focusing, since we're focusing on what that means in terms of generational and ancestral healing, we get to dig up that which did not work. We have to look at the things that make us uncomfortable. If you've got a relative or someone you know that's full, that you suspect of having issues with children or molestation or whatever, say something. If someone's an alcoholic, say something. If someone's clearly doing a lot of drugs consistently all the time, say something. I've lost people. I've lost too many people. But I've also found a whole lot more because we were willing to be open to have these conversations that made us uncomfortable. We were willing to sit there in these emotions and let the body feel what it needed to feel, not suppress it so we can just keep moving forward, not just putting a happy face on it so that it can be a happy face. It doesn't work like that. You actually have to release it, but it does come in waves. And so this small space, this small Yoni Steam time that we give to ourselves will let us have the strength to carry on even more and enjoy even more and love even more with no abandon, because time is just that. Okay, let me get my herbs. So here I have my herbs. I'm gonna So we're going to go ahead and place our hands over our womb. That's space. Just relax. Turn myself at an angle, actually. And that desk, I don't like that. That's better. Soften the belly into the hands. There we go. That's go ahead and I like to have space with my legs. Just jiggle the belly, soften it, open it up. Relax the body. Bicycle shoulders. Relax the spine. Roll the neck. Roll it the other way. Loosen the jaw. Blow. Open up into the womb. Shake the womb. Awaken it. The womb space. So we take our hands in a triangle, put it on our bellies, and spread our pinkies out. Just a relaxed spread. And if we can envision, that's about where our uterus sits. Now, if you got a belly, you gotta go under there, but that's where our uterus sits. And we're gonna see, because unless you're having active cramp, you could probably feel it starting to activate with the heat of the steam from the flowers or herbs, the roots that you're using. And you feel that root kind of spread your toes and rub your feet on the ground. Feel your feet, tap them. Feel that energy move up through the knees, through the thighs, and connecting to the womb. So every step we take, every step we've been given is from this portal of a womb, of an original womb that created all wombs. And as we tap into that, but that's within our body, that's deep, deep within the universe, we then, while taking deep breaths, acknowledge the space and the power that is the womb. And I guess what I created for my womb is calling me. Let's see how long before he comes in here. Okay, so it's working. It's working. Come here, please. Hey, can you not yell? I'm still recording. When I'm done recording, I guess you can yell. I'm not going to play a game for you right now. We're not going to download anything. Play what you have.
I can't play this.
Then don't play it. The end. No, you play ABC Mouse right now.
No.
Okay, then don't complain to me about games off this thing. This is why you do it when your kid's asleep. I'm not trying. I'm doing a recording right now. No, do not play. No. Hold on. No. You're not playing this right now. You can play another educational game, ABC Mouse, travel game, whatever. Nope, please don't do that. Right now, nope, please don't do that. Here, take this. Thank you. You want to play with it, or you want me to take it away for the day? It's fine. Okay, so check back. Check back. Here, take this, please. I'm letting you play first thing in the morning. You know I don't usually let you do that. So if you want to continue to play it right now, then we'll do what you want to play. It has to be quiet. Okay? Thank you. All right. Real life interlude. Checking into the womb, checking into the roots. Can't edit alive. And that's the thing. You know, this isn't trauma by any means. This is really enjoyable. I used to practice meditation, envisioning having kids running around me and crawling all over me and stuff. And you can still have that inner peace. You can be thankful that it exists. You can be thankful that all of this is happening. Because it's reawakening you to your resolve, reawakening you to your power. And the gifts that you are, and the gifts that you can share to others about their nervous system. Relaxing into the womb and the many wombs that came before it, and the ideas and the creations and the spaces that they've lived. And some of those ideas and things they were creating transitioned, didn't make it. Some of them were lost in violent ways. But out of all the creations and all the things, you are here now, feeling into your body, feeling into this space. They've been waiting for you to feel into you, waiting for you to see and harness your power, your gift. Get ready to begin again. Get ready to start something new. You see, it's time that we took ownership of who we are and our gifts and what our powers are. We've taken so much time in giving it to other energies, entities, and focuses. Our ancestors were forced to survive in worlds that were harsh, but we can collectively and individually create spaces of peace, and this peace and this will grow. You see, choose at this time to envision your ancestors and what it is that they experienced, what it is they went through that caused them to shut down these pathways, caused them to shut down levels of enjoyment and prosperity that you are now reclaiming for them. It's okay to love again. It's okay to bear more children. It's okay, but acknowledge that their children were lost. Acknowledge that this collective womb carries the many scars throughout the ages of all of these traumatic experiences, from diseases to sexual assault to abuses of many kinds. They've seen cities torn down and cultures destroyed. They've seen children slain in battle. They've seen ignorance spread throughout their people, denial of self, hatreds of selves. They've seen people try to poison and downplay the experience, but now it's their chance to live again through you, to live again through your making of decisions that help others, through your caring and giving. Take a deep breath, relax, open your jaw, relax. Allow the womb to just, and the yoni lips to just open and play and relax. And release all of this tension that's throughout the body. It's in the shoulder. Pull it down or allow it to flow down to the womb space and open into this. If it's stored in knee pain or hip pain, have it come through to the womb space and out, exchanging these tensions, the liver and or the lungs with suppressed tears, the liver with rage, the intestinal flora and fungi, just push it out, let it push its way out. It wants to come out of you like sweat coming out of your pores. It wants to release from you that which no longer is serving you or your people. If you still have your ovaries, envision all the pain of the many generations before you and the many generations that had to deal with all of this strife. Let it come to the surface of all these pre-made eggs, ova, and allow it to shift the tension that they hold, the epigenetic stress that it holds, the cortisol producing functions that are not purposeful in the body, but held from generations of suppression, be that financial suppression, physical suppression, abuse, exploitation. Let it all rise up. If you feel yourself getting stiff anywhere in the body, take a breath and give space to become fluid. just like we did on the YouTube channel before the steam began. Breathe into those spaces. Take a few breaths with this. Allow space. Now that you're magnetized in those spaces, I want you to call in the opposite. Envision the highest, most beautiful world for everyone involved. Every wound that's here, every wound that came before you, every child that was lost. Envision them in the best and most beautiful place and way of being. Envision for the future of all of us a highest timeline where everyone is able to express their art, their music, their movement. Everyone can relax and not hold on to what was, but create something new. I like a little shaman drumming to kind of anchor in. So I'm going to do some drumming. So anchor in that highest timeline, that space where people are safe. People are safe to roam. The world is full of smiling people who are actually smiling from genuine love of life. Everyone's fed and cared for in ways that is comfortable and safe for them. Cultures are able to be practiced freely. We harm none, and we be one human family, each place supported by its natural resources as well as sustainability. Let's take a couple breaths and drum it in. And so now that we've anchored in to our newest timeline together, I just want to thank you for taking the time to listen, to hear your body, to hear your womb space, to hear your creative collection, and see and tap into what that feeling is like for you. Because ultimately, more often that we go there energetically, more often that we allow ourselves to feel safe, to feel the prosperity and the abundance of our earth, as well as receive and accept the waves of that which came before us, and we can release that, the more healing it will be for all of us. So, with lots of love and lots of energy towards that which you are creating, I'd like to say thank you for receiving this offering. And I know it was a short steam. It was a long conversation with a lot of distractions. But thanks again. You guys have a great rest of your everythings, because you deserve it and you're worthy of it. Thank you so much for your time. Love you. Ciao for now. Bye. Come on, it's not letting me in the stream.